Have you ever gone to the beach, splashed around in the waves, and then, oops, accidentally swallowed a mouthful of seawater? Yuck! It's so salty. But here's the mystery. Why is the ocean salty when rainwater and rivers are fresh? Did the sea add salt just to prank us? Imagine this. Giant trucks dumping bags of table salt into the ocean. Sounds silly, right? Of course, nobody does that. The real reason is much sneakier, and it starts with something as small as tiny pieces of rock. So let's think together. Why do you think rainwater is fresh, but oceans are salty? Where could all that salt possibly come from? And do you think the ocean keeps getting saltier every year? Here's the secret. Every time it rains, water runs down mountains and rivers, carrying tiny crumbs of minerals from rocks. One of these is sodium chloride. Yes, that's the same salt we sprinkle on food. Rivers deliver these salts to the sea. And here's the clever part. When seawater evaporates to make clouds, the salt stays behind. So over millions of years, the ocean has been collecting salt like a treasure chest that never gets emptied. That's why every wave today tastes just as salty as it did ages ago. And the story gets even cooler. If you gathered all the ocean's salt and spread it across Earth, we'd all be buried under a salt layer taller than a 40-story building. Imagine climbing a mountain of salt just to get to school. The Dead Sea is so salty that you don't even need swimming lessons. People float like rubber ducks while reading newspapers. And here's a funny thought. If you tried making tea with seawater, you'd invent the world's worst salty chai. But the ocean isn't just salty, it's inspiring inventions. Scientists are turning seawater into drinking water using amazing ideas. Reverse osmosis filters that block salt but let fresh water pass through. Solar desalination, where sunlight heats seawater, leaving salt behind and fresh water to collect. High-tech graphene filters that may make desalination cheaper and faster. Even nature helps. Scientists study mangrove trees and fish gills to copy their natural salt filtering tricks. One day, you might sip fresh water made straight from the sea while standing on the beach. So here's your challenge. Next time you sprinkle salt on your food, pause for a moment. Imagine that grain's journey from a mountain rock to a river, to the ocean, and maybe even into your kitchen. Then ask yourself, how can I save water today? Maybe turn off the tap while brushing or reuse water for plants. Remember, Earth may be full of water, but only a tiny bit is fresh, and every drop counts.